Sir, your mic is mute.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, how many questions completed? Hello?
Yes. Is low.
MCQ questions, how many questions completed? Hello?
43, sir.
43 completed. Okay. Ananya, read 44th question.
Yes, sir. Just a minute.
Hmm.
The two electrons in case of shell will differ in A. Principal quantum number, B. Azimuthal quantum number, C. Magnetic quantum number, D. Spin quantum number.
Okay. Two electrons are present in K subshell. So in K subshell, what are the orbitals are present?
S.
Yes, only one s orbital, right?
1. Yeah.
So one s, one orbital, only two electrons can accommodate. Now these two electrons are differ by same principal quantum
Spin.
number, only spin quantum number is different. So
Spin
option
quantum number.
D is correct.
D. Yeah.
Next, 45. Keshav.
Sir, 1 minute, sir. I have to open the PDFs. Can you ask others?
Ananya, sorry. Yeah, Anavadya.
Yes, sir. 1 minute, sir. Which of the following arrangements of orbitals is in the increasing order of energy?
What is the
One,
correct order of representation?
so it's the first one.
First one, 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
45A. Yes, next question to Aryan.
Yes, sir.
Read question number 46.
Okay, sir. What is the lowest value of n that allows g orbitals to exist? I think it's C, sir. 5.
C, yes, correct. C.
Okay.
Fifth shell, correct. Fourth shell, F orbital. Next cell is fifth shell, right. Next question to Asmi.
Yes, sir. The number of spherical nodes in 3p orbital is 0, 1, 2, or 3.
Which question is going? 47, right?
Yes, sir.
The number of spherical nodes in 3p orbital is how many? Formula is what? Spherical nodes.
Sir, answer is B.
So B answer, so B.
Spherical nodes. N minus L minus
1.
1. They're asking for 3p. 3 minus L value for p orbital 1, 1. So answer is 1. Which option?
B, sir.
B. Yeah. Next, Bhargav.
Sir, I don't have the PDF right now. Can you ask me later?
Okay. Keshav.
Yes, sir.
Question number 48.
48, sir.
Hmm.
Which are the following sets of quantum numbers are not possible?
See, carefully check all of you.
Option
N equal to 0, is it exist? No.
Option 1.
Option 1.
I think it's B.
Okay. Option 2. 2 is given N equal to 1, L equal to 0. Yeah, it is exist. 3 is N equal to 1 and L equal to 1. So 3 not exist. N equal to 2, L equal to 1. Yes, exist. N equal to 3, L equal to 3. 5 not exist. So 1, 3 and 5. So option B is correct.
3, 5.
Next 49. Kshiraj,
Yes, sir.
read question number 49.
Yes, sir. 1 minute. The number of orbitals associated with third shell will be.
Yeah, third shell will be third shell. How many orbitals are exist in third shell? This is third shell. 1, 2, 3. In third shell, 3s, 3p, 3d are there. 3s having only 1 orbital, 3p have 3, 3d having 5. Total 9 orbital. You have another formula, just n square, 3 square. So 9 orbitals. So option
C.
Yeah. Option C is correct. Next question number 50. Mega.
Yes, sir.
Read question number 50.
Number of angular momentum. Nothing, sir. Sorry. Number of angular nodes per 4D orbital is. So.
Angular nodes formula. Sorry. Angular node formula is only L. Whatever the orbital it is.
4.
L is only. So 4D. L value for 4D. D orbital. L value 2. So option C is correct.
Yes, sir.
Next, Nagabhushanam.
Yes, sir. Question number
Next
51.
51, yes.
The Z component of angular momentum of an electron in an atomic orbital is governed by the A.
Okay, so
Magnetic quantum number, B. Azimuthal quantum number, C. Spin quantum number, D. Principal quantum number.
Okay.
I think, sir, it is D. Principal quantum number because it is partially governed by N h cut, no, sir. Angular momentum.
Z component of angular momentum of an electrons in an atomic orbital. Here you have to read clearly. Angular momentum of electrons in atomic orbital. Which quantum number is introduced? The orbital concept?
Azimuthal quantum number.
Azimuthal quantum number. That's correct. Here Z component is nothing. We can take any component, X component, Y component, Z component, or you may go through any plane. But orbitally it is assigned. We are using Z component. That means the magnetic field we are applying upper side means this is we are calling x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. So with magnetic field is applying on Z through Z component. That's what we are calling Z component. Otherwise you may take X component also, but in our books mentioning means Z component is arbitrarily assigned. Okay, so here angular momentum of atomic orbital, that's given by azimuthal quantum number. We have formula also. L is equal to root of L into L plus 1 into H by 2 pi. Okay, these are all not asking. They are asking only which quantum number. Only azimuthal quantum number. Option B is correct.
So I didn't understand how is it azimuthal quantum number.
Okay. Principal quantum number is only discussing about main shells, right? Only main shell. K, L, M, and O. These
Yes,
cells only it is
sir.
discussing. And when electron is revolving in this shell, that angular momentum formula is given by mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. Okay, this is fine. But their question clear, read full question. The z component of angular momentum of electron in an atomic orbital. So when electron is present in atomic orbital, what is its angular momentum according to z component? Here, what is z component is, we are applying magnetic field through z axis. While studying, while practically studying, we are applying magnetic field through z axis. That's what we are calling z component. Okay, here however they are asking what is the angular momentum of electrons present in orbital. This is only according to azimuthal quantum number, because orbital concept is introduced by azimuthal quantum number only. Nothing but subshell concept. Subshell concept is introduced by azimuthal quantum number. That's what we are giving. This is the angular momentum of electrons present in orbital. So answer is azimuthal quantum number. Clear? Any doubt further?
No, sir.
Next 52. Pratik.
Yes, sir.
Read question number 52.
Which of the following statements regarding an orbital is correct? Option A, an orbital is a definite trajectory around the nucleus in which electron can move. B, an orbital always has spherical trajectory. C, an orbital is the region around the nucleus where there is 90 to 95% probability of finding all the electrons in an atom. Option D, an orbital is characterized by 4 quantum numbers N, L, M, and S.
An orbital, what is correct? Option C is correct. Orbital definition, that is.
Yes, sir.
An orbital is the region around the nucleus where there is a 90 to 95% probability of finding all the electrons of an atom. So option C is correct. One more point. See 52 question. An orbital is characterized by 4 quantum numbers. That's wrong, ma. An orbital is characterized by only 3 quantum numbers. We have to exclude that spin quantum number. If you introduce spin quantum number, an electron is characterized by 4 quantum numbers. To represent an orbital, only 3 quantum numbers are sufficient. To represent the electron, we need 4 quantum numbers. Okay, here 52, option C is correct. Next, Priyanka.
Yes, sir. Which of the following radial distribution graphs correspond to n is equal to 3, L is equal to 2 for an atom?
Okay, what n equal to 3, L is equal to 2. What is orbital? Sorry, L equal to 2. Orbital.
So, D. Yeah.
3D, right? Okay, for
Yes.
this one, how many radial nodes or spherical nodes are present?
0.
Spherical node, yeah, 0. N minus L minus 1. It is 3 minus 2 minus 1. So 0 spherical nodes. Carefully observe those graphs.
Option C.
Option C, very good, option C. And you may get confused at option B also. That's touching that x-axis. And also one more point is here, if you observe in option B, that graph is very closer to the x-axis, right here. Very closer to the y-axis. This means the probability of finding the 3D orbital is very closer to the nucleus. This is not accepted. If you say 3s, 3p is somewhat closer, okay, fine. But 3D is somewhat far from the nucleus. That's what here we are maintaining some gap between y-axis and graph. Like some much gap is coming. Here means 3s is very closer. I mean it having 2 nodes also. That's somewhat difficult to introduce. Okay, I will draw that is 1. This 3s, 2s. Sorry. This is for 3s because it having no 2 nodes here and here. 3p having only 1 node. This is only 3D. it not having nodes, and we need to maintain some more gap also here, because the probability of finding the 3d orbital is somewhat far from the nucleus compared to 3s and 3p. That's why here maintaining some gap, and also here it having only 0 node, no node also. So option is C is correct. Okay, next question. Risha.
Yes, sir.
Read question number 54.
For a particular value of azimuthal quantum number, the total number of magnetic quantum number values are given by A, L is equal to m plus 1 by 2, B, L is equal to n minus 1 by 2, C, L is equal to 2m plus 1 by 2, D, m is equal to 12 plus 1 by 2.
Okay, actually for a given L value, m value formula is m is equal to 2L plus 1, right?
1.
So which is suitable for this?
B, option B.
Yeah, option B is correct. Yeah, option B. Next, Rishabh.
Yes, sir.
Question number 55.
Among the following sets of quantum numbers, which one is incorrect for 4D electron?
4D electron.
So I think it's
N must be 4.
A.
L must be 2. And M value is in between. It's minus 2. So M value maybe minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2. Spin maybe plus 1 by 2 or minus 1 by 2. So check option. For option A is only, right? Option A is 4 and 3 is given. Yeah, option A only. Next, 56. Sri Lakshmi.
The quantum numbers are plus half and minus half for an electron represent option A, rotation of electron in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction respectively. Rotation of electron in anti-clockwise and clockwise direction respectively. Option C, magnetic movement of electron pointing up and down respectively. And sir, option D is not clear.
Option D is 2 quantum mechanical spin states, right? 2 quantum mechanical spin states. Two quantum mechanical spin states which have no classical analog.
Sir, is it option D?
Yeah.
So, what is the 55 answer? The answer for
55 is option A, ma. 4D, no? So 4D means maybe N must be 4, L also must be 2. But in option A, L is equal to given 3. That's the wrong. So option A. For this one, option D.
So, sir, L is always half
L is 4D, no? L must be 2 only. Here. D orbital, L must be 2. That's correct. But here L is given 3 in option A.
Sir, what's the answer for the 56th question again?
56 is a D.
So why is it not A? Rotation of electron in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction.
That means rotation of electron in clockwise and anti-clockwise. There is spin, but they're saying rotation. So in option A, that meaning is this is orbit. Here one electron is moving clockwise direction and another electron is moving in anti-clockwise direction. That is meaning of option A. But actually, the electron is, however, it may move clockwise direction or anti-clockwise direction.
That is called revolution, sir.
Yeah, that's actually electron is spin, right?
Sir.
Yeah.
No, but
sir,
it is rotating on its own axis,
sir.
right? So shouldn't it be A option?
Yes, sir. Option
what
should be
That
A
what
only,
you
sir.
are saying is revolution.
What rotation, right?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
okay.
Rotation means moving on its own axis.
Rotation of electron in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. Okay. Yes. However, the electron is moving in right direction, rotation, but it is spin is either clockwise or anti-clockwise.
So, what is the answer, sir? A or D?
Rotation of electron in clockwise and
Sir, what's classical analog?
classical
Yes,
analog
sir.
means that concept is not given by, even not possible to compare with classical mechanics. That means two quantum mechanical spins, that's okay. Two quantum mechanical spins states which have no classical analog means it is not even comparable with any classical mechanical model. That means okay, rotation of electron in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction respectively. Okay, later I will tell you, this what is this? 56th question.
Okay, sir.
Okay, later I will give you a clear answer about this 56th. Okay, next go to 57. Question to Tanisha.
Question number 57.
Yes.
For an electron in a hydrogen atom, the wave function psi is proportional to exponent minus t by a0, where a0 is Bohr's radius. What is the ratio of the probability of finding the electron at the nucleus to the probability of finding it at a0?
Okay. Probability of finding the electron at nucleus is, it should be 0, where a0 is the Bohr's radius. What is the ratio of the probability of finding the electron? Okay. You're given exponential e power minus t by a0. A0 is giving radius. Suppose nucleus. You're asking about that, the probability of finding the electron at the nucleus. Is there any radius? First of all, the probability of finding the electron in the radius, sorry, in the nucleus, is it having any radius? No radius. So here question also mentioned a0 is the radius. So e power minus t by 0. Anything by 0?
0.
Infinity, right? E power infinity?
Infinity, yeah.
0. Answer is 0. Option D is correct. So here radius we are taking 0.
So can you explain this once more?
See, they're asking about the probability of finding the electron. In case of any orbits, we can use this formula, but it is present in the nucleus, sorry, at the nucleus. Means the radius becomes 0. If electron is present here, that means radius is equal to 0. A0 becomes 0.
Suppose radius is equal to 0, so the nucleus.
Yeah, that's asking probability of finding the electron in nucleus. Probability, asking question is probability of finding the electron in nucleus. Means
Which
it's
is
having
0.
any radius? 0. That's what here we are taking a0, 0. We are proving that e power minus infinity is equal to 0. So option D is correct. Okay, next 58. Prajwal.
Yes, 58. Consider the following statements. 1. Electron density in xy plane in 3D x square minus y square orbital is 0. 2. Electron density in xy plane in 3D z square orbital is 0. 3. 2s orbital has only one spherical node. 4. For 2p z orbital, yz is the nodal plane.
Okay. See, carefully see their option. The correct statements are First statement is wrong because electron density in xy plane in 3D x square y square orbital is 0. No. Option 1 is wrong. And option 2 is electron density
Should I
in
read it?
xy plane in 3D z square orbital is 0. That's also a wrong statement. In dz square, electron density is present in donut, right? Electron density present on xy plane also. So it's not be 0. So next option C, 2s orbital has only one spherical node. Yes, 2s orbital have only one spherical node, n minus l minus 1, 2 minus 0 minus 1. So 1, correct. Option D, for 2pz orbital, yz is the nodal plane. No, for 2pz orbital, xy is nodal plane. So only option C is correct.
But that isn't.
But option is not given, right? Given?
Yes, sir.
You do one thing. The correct statements are in option A, 2 and 3 is given, right? You strike the 2. Only 3.
So we can make an option E.
So what's
Okay,
the
make it,
reason
no problem.
for the
Option
fourth
A.
one to be wrong?
For 2p z orbital, electron is present on z orbital, right? So xy plane becomes nodal plane. X and y plane becomes nodal plane, not z, but they're given yz plane. How it will be yz plane? On z axis, electron density is there, no here. How it will be 0? Only 3. So you make it option E. Option E is 3. Next question to Ananya.
Yes, sir.
Read question number 59.
Sir, just a minute. In 58, they're asking the correct statements are.
Correct
So-
statements are, that's what, yeah.
In B, we can strike out 4 and write, right? Because 1, 2, and 3 are correct.
No, 1 is wrong, no.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Only 3 is correct. Next, read 59.
Yes, sir. The distribution of electrons in oxygen atom, atomic number 8, is shown by.
8 electrons are there. So how to
Yeah.
distribute electrons in orbital? So configuration of 8, atomic number 7 is equal, z equal to 8, 1s2, 2s2,
2s2,
2p4.
2p4.
So which is correct one?
A itself is right.
A is correct. Why it is B? B also correct, no?
No,
First
sir.
of all-
The down arrow for the third box is. I mean, it's wrong. It should start from the first one.
No. See, there
That's-
all options are correct. First, actually we have p orbital 4, right? We are giving 1 electron each. So next electron, it may go to any orbital because these are degenerate orbitals. Means these all having same energy. That's what electron may go here, here, or anywhere. But it must having opposite spin. So there all options are correct. The fourth electron, it may goes to this or this or this only. Option D is correct. Next, Anavadya.
Yes, sir. For the electrons of oxygen atom, which is the following statements is correct. A, Z effective for an electron in a 2s orbital is the same as Z effective for an electron in a 2p orbital. B is an electron in the 2s orbital has the same energy as an electron in the 2p orbital. Z effective for an electron in 1s orbital is the same as Z effective for an electron in the 2s orbital. D is the 2 electrons present in the 2s orbital have spin quantum numbers ns but of opposite sign.
Which is the correct statement? Option, let's say option A
Sir,
is,
D.
option D is correct. The 2 electrons present in the 2s orbital have spin quantum number but are opposite sign, correct? This is the 2s, is having 2 electrons. Both are having opposite spin, so option D is correct.
So what is Z effective?
Z effective means this is a formula. Z effective is equal to.
Isn't it nuclear charge?
Nuclear charge, yeah. Z minus sigma. We are applying this formula. Z is atomic number. Sigma we are calculating. I think only one problem is all related to this. Suppose electron present in 1s orbital, we are taking 0.35. Yeah. Suppose it is in p orbital, we are writing 0.8. Based on that, we are calculating. We will see if there comes any problem. I will explain related to this. Even we can calculate option A also. See, option Z effective for an electron in 2s orbital is the same as effective for the electron in 2p orbital. How it is will be same? Suppose you select here one L. This is only. Z effective is equal to atomic number Z minus sigma. Atomic number 8 minus sigma is equal to here number of electrons. We are calculating Z effective for electron present in 2s. So how many electrons we have to calculate? In 2s electron, 2 electrons are here. Here already 2 electrons are there. We have to consider for 3 electrons. So 3 into, it is electrons are present in s orbital. It causes screening effect 0.35. So 8 minus 0.35 into 3. 1.05, right? 8 minus 1.05 is 6.95. Suppose electron present in 2p, they are asking for 2s and electron present in 2p. Here we have to consider now more electrons. Z effective is equal to Z minus sigma. Z is equal to 8 minus sigma. Electrons are present here, 2, here also 2. Here we have to consider for 3 electrons. Okay, however, electron take 2 also you take, 8 now, 4. Total electron we have to consider 7. In out of 7, s orbital causes some screening effect. That is, we are considering 0.35 into 4 plus electron present in p also. Here 3 into 0.8. Yeah. Now its value changes, no? The electron present
we
in
had
the.
this in the last chapter, right?
Oh, I think.
Few questions.
Yeah. Wait, yes. In periodic table we saw.
Yes, sir. Effective screening effect.
Screening effect. Yeah. It's having some values. I'm not sure what is SPD, and we're using some different values. But it must be different. My electron present in 2s, electron present in 2p, their attractive forces must be different.
So, so the electron they're telling to
Sir,
find.
I know some values.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, the anti-penultimate shell and below provide screening effect of 1, and the penultimate shell provides screening effect of 0.85, and the current shell remaining the other electrons provide a screening effect of 0.35, sir.
0.35, yes, that is only. Here only what one is we are taking a valence shell, and the inner shells we are writing for 0.35, correct?
Yeah, sir. So whichever electron we have to find the Z effective. So other than that, we take all the electrons before it, right?
Yeah. You have to take electron before it. We don't take right side electron. Take only left side electron.
Yeah.
You're asking for, suppose in 5 electrons are there. They're asking for the 4th electron. Then you consider only 3. Before that 3, here 4. 7 you have to consider.
Yeah. Okay.
Next question. Anirudh? Anirudh? Okay. Aryan?
Yes, sir.
Read question number 61.
Okay, sir. The pair of ions having same electron configuration is, so I think it's B, iron 3+ and manganese 2+.
Yeah. So if the number of electrons are same, obviously electronic configuration also same, Fe3+ and Mn2+. Atomic number of iron is 26. It lost 3 electrons, so we have 23. Mn atomic number 25 lost 2 electrons, it having 23. So both having same number of electrons, maintain same electronic configuration also. So option B. Next, ask me.
Yes, sir. Find the electronic configuration of the O2 minus ion.
Yeah. O2 minus ion have how many electrons? O2 minus
10 electrons.
10 electrons. Choose which is correct electronic configuration.
So it's 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, I think.
Yeah, option B.
B.
B is correct. Bhargav?
Yes, sir.
Question 63.
One minute, sir. Which of the following... Sir, the questions are not clear.
Okay. Then I will read. Listen. Which of the following options does not represent ground state electronic configuration of an atom? So write down all of you. Which of the following options does not represent ground state electronic configuration of an atom? Ground state electronic configuration of an atom. Now go to options.
So ground state is
I
like
think
the
it's
normal
B.
state, right?
So look at this options. Wherever you see unstable electronic configuration, that must be excited
So
state.
it's B because
B,
it has
yeah.
3D9 4s2. It should actually be 3D10 4s1.
Very good. 3D10 4s1. But there 3D9 is there, so high energetic. It must be excited state. So option B is correct.
Sir, I have
Yes.
a doubt.
Tell me.
So in the first one, it's given 3D8 4s2. Can we not take the two 4s electrons and make it 3D10?
No. Taking of 2 electrons is that means third energy level. That's not possible. To jump 2 electrons in 4s to 3D is not possible.
Oops.
Their energy is not cooperating. So option B. Next question to Keshav.
Yes, sir.
64.
Which of the following will violate Aufbau's principle as well as Pauli's exclusion principle?
Yeah.
Sir, option C, sir.
Option C. Yeah, correct. See,
Because
according to Aufbau,
it's not following the spin.
It's not following spin means it violated Pauli's exclusive principle. And mainly,
And it's not following the
Aufbau rule also, correct. Because after filling 1s, means 1s2, next we have to give 2 electrons in 2s, but they're given only 1 electron in 2s orbital. So that violated Aufbau principle also. So 64th is option C. Okay, next question number 65. Kshiraj.
Yes, sir. 1 minute. The atomic number of an element is 35, and its
mass
and
is
its
81.
mass is 81. The number of electrons in its outermost shell is.
Yes. So atomic number is given 35. Calculate its outer shell electronic configuration. So how to calculate? By writing its electronic configuration, we can calculate. So write electronic configuration for 35.
Sir, instead we can say that 35 is noble gas atomic number -1. No, sir.
Very good. You go and go through that only.
So
Yeah. That's the simplest
yes,
method.
sir,
Already I
that is
gave in a
way
periodic table
simpler.
concept.
Yes, sir.
So now which group element that is?
S.
S group. No. That is not S block.
P block.
Yeah,
P block element. And P block element also which group?
17th
group.
17th group, right. 17th group. 17th group have how many valence electrons?
7, sir.
7. So answer is 7. Because 36th atomic element is noble gas. That comes under 18th group. Then 35 comes under 17th group. That is the easiest method. Option C. Next question. Pratik. Okay. Then Priyanka.
Yes, sir. How many unpaired electrons are present in Ni2 plus cation? Atomic number 28.
28. Okay, Nikhil.
So is it 2? Option B.
2. 8, no? Yeah, 2 is correct. See how to calculate this. Mostly 12th standard students also doing simple, silly mistakes here. Nickel 2 plus ion. First write for nickel electronic configuration. One s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d8 is the electronic configuration. So right here orbital configuration also, valency. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We want Ni 2 plus electronic. Same Z is equal to 28, it not changes, but number of electrons is different. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s0, 3d8. Here we are removing electrons first from 4s orbital. Don't remove electron from 3d. That is high energetic orbital. Don't remove electrons from there. First loses 4s orbital only. So here 4s0, no electron, but 3d having still 8 electrons. You know now number of unpaired electrons. Only these two are unpaired electrons. Mostly how doing mistake is here lost 2 electrons. That's what a number of they are first doing here only mistake. 26 electronic configuration writing for 26. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d6 are writing and giving electronic configuration here. 6. So coming 4 unpaired electrons is a wrong method. Only we have to remove electron from, first you have to write full electronic configuration of nickel, then remove electron from 4s, further fill the electrons in orbitals. Okay, next question to Megha.
The electronic configuration with maximum exchange energy will be?
The electronic configuration with maximum exchange energy will be, so wherever more number of electrons are there, those shows more number of exchanges.
Sir, it can be also half filled.
Yeah, it may be D, half filled or completely filled, those having more number of energy exchanges.
Sir, they said maximum, sir. So therefore it should be only one that is completely filled or subshell.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So option A is given
Option
only 4 electrons. Wait. In d orbital only 3 electrons are there. So that less. In option B we have 5 electrons. We're having nearly 10 exchanges are there. In option C, 1s2, 3d2. Okay. Here D Z1 is there. So that means it having very less number of exchanges. In option D, that is a completely filled, right?
Yes, sir.
Completely filled orbitals shows more number of exchanges than half filled. So option
D.
D is correct. It shows near 20 exchanges are possible here. 20 exchanges. So it's having more stability. Option D is correct. Next, Nagabhushanam, question number 68.
Yes, sir. A MO atom in its ground state has 4d5, 5s1 configuration, and Ag atom has 4d10, 5s1 configuration. This is because a shell which is half filled or completely filled is particularly A, strongly exchange stabilized, B, weakly exchange stabilized, C, weakly exchange destabilized, D, strongly exchange destabilized. I
See,
think the answer should be A.
A is correct. Yeah. If it is half filled or completely filled, that having more number of exchanges, because of more exchange energy, it will become more stable. So option A is correct. Strongly exchange stabilized. Option A is correct. Okay, next Priyanka.
Yes, sir.
69.
In a set of degenerate orbitals, the electron distribute themselves to retain like spins as far as possible. This statement belongs to A, Paul's exclusive principle, B, Aufbau principle, C, Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity, D, Slater's rule.
Slater's rules. Okay, okay. There, which is correct option? So suppose giving a configuration in orbital, first is half filling orbital, then electron going for addition, and here also first 3 electrons maintain same spin. So that concept, that principle is given by who? Hobbo or Hund or Pauli? Option is C, Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Multiplicity means maximum. If all are having same spins, it maintains plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2. It will become 1.1. Okay, 1.5 maximum multiplicity. So option C is correct. Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. Okay, here lastly their word is given Slater rules. Slater rules are using to calculate effective nuclear charge. So here to calculate sigma, we are applying some rules. Penultimate shell having some ultimate shell and inner shells. Those rules are given by Slater only. So I was calling Slater rules. Okay, next here 69th option is C. Next, Risha.
Yes, sir. Just a minute.
70, yeah.
F shell containing 6 unpaired electrons can exchange.
Okay. Suppose F subshell having 6 electrons. So how many exchanges are possible? F subshell having 7 boxes, having only 6 electrons. F6. So how many exchanges are possible? 1,
15.
Yeah, 15. 3, 4, 5. So you know, then 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. 15 possibilities are there. Option D is correct. Yes.
Is there any way to find quickly the number of exchanges?
I think in mathematics we are using simple formulas. What are the n minus 1? Yeah, n into n minus 1 by 2. Apply this.
Okay, sir.
6 electrons, but we have to take only unpaired electrons. 6 minus 5 by 2, 15. This formula only. Next, Sri Lakshmi.
So the first question.
Yeah.
The work function of some metals is listed below. Number of metals which will show photoelectric effect when light is of 300 nm wavelength falls on the metal is
Okay,
A2.
fine. Enough. Okay, so here we are irradiating with a wavelength of light 300 nanometers. Then here, which metals are showing, or finally, how many metals are showing photoelectric effect, which must having some kinetic energy also. So it's very easy question. First of all, 300 nanometers calculated into energy. Then convert into kilojoule, sorry, electron volt, you will get answer. First question. Given 300 lambda is equal to 300 nanometers. We know energy formula E is equal to
H nu.
H nu. Hc by lambda. Substitute here. 6.625 into 10 power minus 34 into 3 into 10 power 8 divided by 300 into 10 power minus 9. E is equal to. So if you want final answer in electron volt, so divide with directly this 1.602 and okay, take 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulombs. You will get answer in electron volt. 10 power minus 7. Ten power minus 26. 3 into 10 power minus 26. Oh, this is cancel. Calculate this value. 3 also cancel. 6.625 divided by 1.6. 66.25 divided by 16. 3 point. No, 4 point, no?
Yes, sir. 4.1.
4.14. Okay, this is electron volt. See, you are giving this much amount of energy, 4.14 electron volt. Here metals, they're given in a tabular form. Metal threshold energy is given. Or work function. Work function. See, if metal work function is below 4.14, those all are showing photoelectric effect. No doubt, some electrons are ejected out, which having some kinetic energy also. If metals which have more than 4.14 electron volt, they are not showing photoelectric effect. Now choose which metals are able to show photoelectric effect.
So D is the answer. 8.
No, 8 electrons, 8 elements, how it can show?
So all are less than 4.14.
It's B, option B.
Option B, 4 metals only. See, lithium can show.
Only 4.
Sodium also can. Potassium also. Magnesium also. Copper cannot. Silver also can't. Because those having higher work function. So only 4 elements. Option B is correct. See, and there which metal having below 1.4 electron volt is there? See, those metals only showing photoelectric effect for this wavelength of light. Copy this answer. We completed. Next question to Tanisha.
Yeah.
Okay, here a note point also, right? Metals which having below 4.14 energy, they show photoelectric effect. Metals which having below 4.1.
Sir?
Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, I'm not receiving your audio.
Just tell me. Hello?
Sir, I'm unable to hear you.
Yes, I'm getting your voice.
Sir,
I
I'm not
can't
able
hear
to
what
hear
you're talking, but I can only know that you're talking something, but...
So I'm not getting your audio.
Me neither, sir.
Sir, I am able to get your audio.
Sir, even I am
Sir,
able to
even
hear
I am
you.
able
Yes,
to
sir, even
hear
I'm
you.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
How
Yes,
is
sir,
it fine?
you're audible.
Sir, I'll rejoin
Yes,
the
sir.
meeting, sir.
It's better now.
Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes, tell
Sir,
me.
what if the metal has exactly 4.14 electron volt?
It can show photoelectric effect.
Okay.
So metal which having below 4.14 electron volt work function, they show photoelectric effect. Next, Tanisha, read question. Second question.
Yes, sir. Which transition in the hydrogen atomic spectrum will have the same wavelength as the Balmer transition? N is equal to 4 to N is equal to 2 of helium spectrum.
Okay. That means in helium spectrum, nothing but electron is transition from N4 to second level. What is the wavelength? The same wavelength of line is obtained in hydrogen spectrum also, but what is the transitions we have to find out. But two methods are there, but we can follow any method. We'll see first method, N equal to 4 and N equal to 2. Calculate the energy of second level and energy of fourth level in helium plus ion. What is energy formula?
Sir, instead you can use Rydberg's formula and
yeah, you can use
show
Rydberg's
the
formula
ratio
also.
is equal to 1 because the wavelength is same.
Yeah, wavelength is same. You can use that formula also. So first we'll go through this method. Energy formula E is equal to 13.6 Z square by N, right?
Z square by N square. Yeah.
Electron volt, yeah. Now apply for helium plus, second and fourth energy level. For second level, E2 is equal to En2 equal to 13.6 into Z square. Atomic number of helium is 2, so 4 divided by second energy level, so 4. It is 13.6 electron volt. Second energy level, E is equal to N2. Now calculate for fourth energy level, En4. 13.6 into 4 by Z square is 4, N square is 16. So 1 by 4. En4 is equal to 1 by 4, 3.4 electron volt. Actually, we have to use my here minus. I forgot to give minus sign. Now, energy difference between fourth energy level and the second energy level. Delta E is equal to En4 minus En2. Minus 3.4 minus of minus, it will become plus 13.6. How much? 10.2 electron volt. delta is equal to 10.2 electron volt. But in hydrogen spectrum, where we are getting this energy, this much energy difference, 10.2 electron volt. In hydrogen spectrum, once you go to hydrogen spectrum, there I give lines energy.
N2 to 1, sir.
N1 and N2, yes, correct. So for hydrogen spectrum, N1 is equal to minus 13.6, N2 is equal to 3.6 electron volt. This is minus 1.51, right? Minus 1.51. Here
0.85.
0.85. Next also
0.54 minus 0.54.
Yeah, this is so this much energy gap where we are getting 10.2 here only, N1 and N2 region only. This is 0. So better to learn energy of hydrogen spectrum. Most of the formulas, problems are comparing with hydrogen spectrum only. So option is D is correct. N2 to N1. N2 minus N1 is equal to 10.2 electron volt. So option D is correct.
Sir.
Yes.
I have a very silly doubt, but why didn't we use that formula R into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square?
Yeah, you can use that is another method. You can calculate by that method also. We will do now. Wait. Completed this one?
No, sir. 1 minute.
It's completed. Now apply that for Rybak's equation. First calculate wavelength of helium. 1 by lambda is equal to R Z square 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square.
Sir, instead we can take the ratio of the wavelengths is equal to 1, no sir?
Wavelength becomes 1 only, but we have to calculate these values now. So for that also same. If you apply for hydrogen atom also, they are asking for, okay, this is helium.
Because R
both are become same.
Cancelled. Yes,
And this
sir,
one, we have to make it equal, right? For
yes, sir.
hydrogen
So,
atom, we are getting same value, no doubt, Z value, 1 only.
So the first equation is equal to second equation, no, sir?
Yeah. So according to question, means according to condition, equation 1 equal to equation 2. This equal to this. Then RR also get cancelled. These remaining parts, Z helium square 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square equal to ZH square 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. So Z atomic number of helium is 2. So 4 here. Equal. So 1 by N1 square. Second energy level. So 1 by 4 minus here fourth energy level 1 by 16 equal to here Z square means 1 only. So simply write 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. Here the value is 3 by 16, right? 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. 4. So finally 3 by 4 here. 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. So now you have to predict what is the value. Here to get 3 by 4 value, what we have to take here? N1 square and N2 square. Nothing but N1 what we have to take, N2 what we have to take. Is there any method to solve this N1 and N2?
Sir, if we divide that the equation by 4, no, sir, then we can easily get, sir, by comparing, we can get that N1 is equal to 1 and N2 is equal to 2.
I'm asking you, mathematically, is it possible to solve N1 value and N2 value? Otherwise, we can predict.
Sir, or else
try and error method.
Trial and error method, that's what.
Sir,
So trial and error method only we have to go.
Sir, instead, sir, the second step after according to condition, the second step, if you open the bracket, we'll get 1 minus 1 by 4, right? And then we can equate it to 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. Can we do that?
How you are
The
saying?
second
step, this, right?
Yeah, so once we open the bracket, you will get 1 minus 1 by 4.
1 minus?
1 by 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we can equate it to 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. So 1 by N1 square would be equal to 1. And 1 by N2 square would be equal to 1 by 4.
You are saying here 1 minus 1 by 4 we can get. So this is equal to 1 by N1 square. This is equal to 1 by N2 square, right?
Yes, sir.
Then?
So then 1 by, this LH is in the form of 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. So 1 by N1 square is equal to 1. And 1 by N2 square
Is
is
it possible to
1.
equate like that in mathematics? Hello?
Sir, instead we can compare, no, sir.
That's what we can go through trial and error method, no doubt, we can proceed through trial and error method here. But I'm asking this, you can equate like this: 1 equal to 1 minus N1 square, 1 by 4 equal to 1 by N2 square. Is it possible to equate like this? Mathematics rules accepts?
No, sir, but it's almost in the same
No,
form.
I don't think so, because if it's in the denominators, we possibly can't equate it like this.
Yes, that's what. We can't equate like that. So we go through trial and error method only. So if N1 is equal to 1, if N2 is equal to 2. One by 1 square minus 1 by 2 square. So you will get same values. On 3 by 4 you can get value. 1 by 4. Yeah. 3 by 4 you can get. So now N1 is equal to 1, N2 is equal to 2. So no need this one, directly write N1 equal to 1, N2 is equal to 2. Okay, read next question. Yashash? Prajwal?
Yes, sir.
Read question number 3.
Just a second. Yeah. Which diagram best represents the appearance of the line spectrum of atomic hydrogen in the visible region?
Okay. So
And
can
the
you
options.
observe the increasing wavelength? Option A, B, C, D given. Left to right, wavelength is increasing. So what is the correct option? So they're asking Balmer series, right? Sorry, visible region. Visible means Balmer series. The Lyman Balmer second region it is obtained. Observe here. Here higher energy gap. This is infinity to second energy level. So that is high energy gap. So it having low wavelength. Wavelength is less. This line having less wavelength. Here this is energy gap is very less compared to this energy gap. This here decreasing here. This one having very less. So higher wavelength. It having higher wavelength.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I got disconnected. Could you tell which question again?
Okay. See, this is a hydrogen spectrum.
No, sir. Could you just tell which question again?
Which one?
Which one are we doing right now?
Question number 3 or now it is 3 only. This is going on. Third question.
Okay, sir.
So their visible region. Visible region Balmer series is obtained. This is Balmer series. Visible region. Here for the line is from infinity to second energy level. It having high energy gap, less wavelength. This is low energy gap, high wavelength. So if you move from right to left, the obtained line having higher wavelength. Nothing but the gap between the lines increases. Here I didn't show here. Actually, the gap between the lines increases. So now which option is correct? Here progressively increasing. So if you see in
C option.
Option
Yes,
C is
C.
correct because it's progressively increasing, no? Gap between the lines. And if you see in option A, option B, no, first increasing, then further decreasing and increasing. So that's not correct. D also maintains same. That's also not correct. Option C, increasing wavelength. So option C is correct.
Sir?
Yes, tell me.
Can you explain this once more? I did not understand.
So the first line obtained in Balmer series is this line, my energy level 3 to 2. Next 4 to 2, 5 to 2. This is infinity. This line here energy gap is more, no? From infinity to second level means high energy. This having low wavelength, less wavelength. This line having less energy, high wavelength. So from left to right, wavelength is increasing. Even here also, if you compare the lines obtained in Lyman series, with Balmer series and Balmer series with Paschen series like, wavelength is increasing because energy gap is decreases now, so wavelength is increasing. So in the given options, which option wavelength is progressively increasing? Look at option A. In between lines, gap is decreasing. That means energy is decreasing. Sorry, wavelength is decreasing. In option B, progressively wavelength is decreasing. In option C, progressively wavelength is increasing. Yes, that is suitable now here. Wavelength is progressively increasing.
Yes, sir.
Energy gap decreases, wavelength increases.
Yes, sir. Got it.
So that progressively increasing wavelength that happens in all the series,
In all the series, same happens, not only in Lyman, sorry, Balmer, in all spectral series happens same only.
Okay, okay.
Next question to Ananya.
Yes, sir.
Fourth question.
The electronic configuration of the oxide ion is much more similar to the electronic configuration of the
Oxide ion, O2 minus, which is similar to which ion?
Is it nitride ion?
Nitride ion, correct. N3 minus, sorry. Nitride means N3 minus. Both having same number of
10
electrons, 10
electrons.
electrons. Option B. Next, Anavadya.
Yes, sir. The number of photons emitted per second by a 60-watt source of monochromatic light of wavelength 663 nanometer is brackets H is equal to 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34 joules.
Okay. We have to calculate number of photons. Which formula we have to use?
So NH nu.
E equal to, very good, NH nu. You are given, energy is given 60 watt means 60 joule per second only, and wavelength also given 63 nanometers. H value C by lambda. I want N only. N equal to 60 into lambda N HC. 6.63 into 10 power minus 34. No, sorry. H. Confused. Here lambda, no, sorry. 663 into 10 power minus 9. .63 into 10 power minus 34. 3 into 10 power 8. See, this one I'm writing as here 3, here 60 now. So 20 into 663 into 10 power minus 9 divided by this I'm writing as 663 into 10 power minus 36 into 10 power 8. This is this cancelled. Next 20 into 10 power minus 9, here 10 power minus 20 plus 28. 20 into 10 power 19. Yeah, this is only number of photons. So conveniently, if you write N equal to 2 into 10 power 20. D is correct option. Okay, next question to Aryan.
Yes, sir.
Question number 7.
So 6, no?
Yeah, 6. Fifth one lower, no?
The work function for cesium atom is 1.9 electron volt.
Hmm.
If the cesium element is irradiated with a wavelength 500 nm, the velocity of the ejected photoelectron is.
Okay, we have to calculate a photoelectron ejection velocity calculator. Okay, here given work function is given 1.9 electron volt, and initial radiation frequency is given. Okay, we can calculate how much energy is releasing from there. Okay, otherwise we will take everything in kilojoules. It's better. Work function of metal equal to 1.9 electron volt. So convert this into joules. 1.9 into 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. (3.04 into minus 19 joules). Next, 500 nanometer of radiation is allowed to fall on metal plate. Convert this into energy. E is equal to h nu. 6.625 into 10 power minus 34 into 3 into 10 power 8. 500 into 10 power minus 9. Sorry. 9, yeah. (6.625 into 3). (19.875 into 10 power is okay minus 34 and 10 power 8 minus 26. 17 minus 17. One minute. Minus 19.
Sir, divided by 500.
Yeah, I took only 10 power minus 19. I wrote.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Okay, sir.
This approximately 4 will comes. I think. See, any options are if there are any closer values. I think no closer values. 3.25, 2.32 very far. Okay, here take a closer value 4, no problem.
Velocity, sir, not energy.
Yeah, energy only, but it's very less difference will comes, no problem. 19 point. Okay, otherwise 3.4, 48 means 9, 8 into 10 power minus 19 joules.
But the options, all of them are 10 to the power 5, 10 to the power.
Okay, yes, comes, ma. We have to calculate velocity, no?
Yes, sir.
This is a work function and initial energy we have. Now we will calculate kinetic energy. E is equal to, actual formula. H nu is equal to H nu 0 plus kinetic energy. It means E, this is work function, W0 and kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is equal to E minus work function. Energy is 3.98 into 10 power minus 19 minus 3.04. Is visible here?
No, sir. After that minus, nothing is visible.
Okay, I will write. Kinetic energy equal to 3.98 into 10 power minus 19 minus 3.04 into 10 power minus 19. Take common 10 power minus 19. 0.94, right? This is the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy formula half mv square. Half mv square is equal to 0.94 into 10 power minus 19. mv square is equal to, multiply this into 2, 0.94 into 2. 1.86. 1.88 into 10 power minus 19. V square is equal to, m is mass of electron. Yeah, electron only ejected, no doubt in photoelectric effect condition. 1.88 into 10 power minus 19 divided by mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 power minus 31 kilograms. V square is equal to. So 0.206 into 10 power 12. V is equal to, yeah, V is equal to 20.6 into 10 power 10.
So sir, that's in the form of V square, sir. We need to find V.
Yeah, V square only. That is not V ma, V square. So we have to apply root value for that. So closely, which value? Here V square 10 power 10 means 10 power 5. 20.6 means more than 4, below 5.
Option A then.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
option A only. V square is equal to 20.6 into 10 power 10. V is equal to root. Will become 5. This become more than 4. So 4 point something will come. Say 10 power 5. 527. Completed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Remaining questions. We'll see next class. Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night.